Hello, everyone. I believe that we are live now. Welcome to Love Talks and happy Sunday. I'm your host, Ina Love. And as always, I'm delighted to have you. If you are new to Love Talks, welcome. It's hard to believe it, but we are already in the month of November. So the end of this year is fast approaching. We are now today we will be beginning our fourth series of Love Talk segments. So we are really moving right along. If you have missed any of the previous segments, you can find all of them here on my Facebook page, also on my YouTube channel, and that is at Ina Love Poetry. And I would appreciate if you would stop by and subscribe to my channel. You can also find the segments on my website, which is somethingaboutlove.foundation.org. Today, we're going to be talking on the topic of opening the heart. And, love is an infinite source, and we want to open our heart to God so that we can truly receive the power of love and all the blessings and gifts that are available to us through the use of this great power. In one of the very early Love Talk segments, we talked about the very first series of Love Talk segments that we did was on healing the heart. And the reason it's so important to heal the heart is because, we've all put up walls and barriers because of, all the things, the betrayals and the hurts and disappointments and all of the things that we go through in life cause us to put up walls and close our hearts. It's not anything that we do intentionally, but we have to heal all of this, as I said, to be able to open our hearts fully. So I just want to say, again, if you've missed any of those segments on healing the heart, it would be, or even as a review, it would be great to go back and look at that, because the Love Talk series is actually like a progression of information. So today, as I'm talking about, opening the heart, healing the heart is such an important aspect of that. So, and as I said, the reason it's so important that we open our heart is because that's truly how we access the power, of the gift of love. So, we really want to focus and have our attention and being aware, because the majority of the time, like, none of us completely have an open heart. And the reason I can say that with assuredness is because if our hearts were completely open, we would be able to access the power that Jesus used, because love truly has the power to manifest miracles. So we all have healing work to do. We all have our blocks. We all have our guards up. We're all trying to protect ourselves from being hurt in this life, as we've all been. But it really is important that we open our hearts, because again, that is the way, truly, that is the way to connect to God and, to really manifest and bring in all of the, the things that we pray for, the things that we're trying to manifest in this life. So the heart is such a powerful tool in accessing those gifts. Let's see. So why do we want to open our heart? Again, when we go to God in prayer, in meditation, we want to go to God with an open heart, with a sincere heart. And, if you think of your time with God as, I try to think of it as like I'm just in a little bubble, in a bubble of sacred space with the divine. So, and what I mean by that is, there's so many things that are happening in the world. so many reasons to be afraid, so many reasons to guard our hearts, so many reasons, to keep our guard up to try and protect ourselves. But when we're truly, in that space with God, just know that, that is a time when you can be absolutely open. And, that's when you should let your guard down, because the more you allow your heart to open, and as I said, and when you're in a sacred time with God, that's the perfect time to just be vulnerable, to, drop all of your walls, all of your inhibitions, just, to be completely vulnerable, because the more you do that, you'll be able to carry that energy forward in everything that you do. And ideally, that's what you want to do. Especially if you're trying to do something creative, or if you are a creative person, to access the power of the heart, opening the heart and pouring love into your creativity, you would truly be amazed by what you can create in that space. So, opening and healing the heart is really a very important aspect of life, and something that we need to be aware of, because, I don't think any of us have intentionally closed our hearts. I don't think we make a conscious decision to close our heart, but it's sort of like a natural instinct, and something that happens, each time that we are hurt by someone that we love or trust. It's like another layer of protection goes up around us. And we truly think that we're, guarding and protecting ourselves, but truly we're hurting ourselves. So, you want to go through life with an open heart. And when you're truly walking with God, there's no reason, to have to completely guard ourselves, because God is the wall of protection that we need. And we all have discernment where we know, you know if you really think about it, anytime someone in your life has hurt you or betrayed you or something of that sort, there was always something there that you knew. There's something that you just knew wasn't right. Something said, this isn't quite right. So as we walk closer with God, those things, those little red flags, if you will, those little signs will become more and more clear. And, you won't have to worry as much about guarding yourself, because you will know that in walking with God, truly that is all the protection that we need. But, as I said, I'm also working on healing my heart. We all are. We have a lifetime of healing to do. And truly, I believe even we're healing from past lifetimes, if you believe in that kind of thing, which I absolutely do, because our soul, our spirit is eternal. We live on forever. We only exit the body, but we truly live a lifetime after lifetime. And a lot of us don't realize that a lot of the pain and hurt that we carry could be from other lifetimes. So healing and putting focused attention on opening the heart is really important, because again, like I said, many of us don't even realize that we've done that. So how do we open our heart? Well, forgiveness, first of all, is absolutely a way, or a step toward opening the heart. We did an entire segment. We've done an entire Love Talk segment on healing the heart. So I'm not going to go back into all of that information, but if you're new to Love Talks, or if you'd like to review that information, you can certainly go back and watch the segment on forgiveness, because it is such a powerful, powerful step in the process of opening the heart. And like I said, we have so much that we need to heal, experiences that we've been through with family and friends and in relationships, and, even strangers. I mean, we go through so much in this life. So there's so many things that, we don't realize that we're still carrying, but we have to heal all of those things, because, each time we let go of the things that are burdening us, we clear a little more space within our heart, again, to receive blessings. So forgiveness is a huge part of healing and opening the heart. Also, forgiveness truly can be almost a way of life because especially in these days, with everything that's going on in the world, and I mean, just the way the world is in general, there's always something to forgive. So, it's almost like a constant practice, with every little thing that happens. If it impacts your heart, if it causes you to feel some kind of way, spend a little time with that and, work on releasing that, forgiving it, letting it go. Because, again, that's so, so important in the process of opening the heart. Also, opening the heart, how to open the heart, you have to have an intention to open the heart. I talk a lot about, praying and meditating on the things that you want in life. So, pray and ask God to help you open your heart. You have to want that. And as I said, it's not anything to be afraid of. Of course, none of us want to be hurt. And, guarding ourselves is a natural thing that we do. But the closer you walk with God, you don't have to worry about those things as much. So, I'm just really trying to make you aware. As I always say, I'm planting seeds. So we need to know that healing the heart and opening the heart is something that we truly want to do. And what I'm really encouraging you to do is just to begin with opening your heart to God. Just think on opening the heart, not only when you're in a what I call a sacred time with God, like in prayer and meditation, but just throughout the day when you're talking to God, really focus your attention on, I want to let my guard down. I want to just be open to receive the energy of God, because of course God is always with us, but the grace of God and the blessings of God, we have to be open to receive that. So healing the heart is so vital and important. Also, another little tool in opening the heart is to think of someone that you truly love and care about. And honestly, even if that's some that love that in your heart is someone that you're no longer with, love is a gift. To feel love is a gift. So you want to tap into that feeling, especially, in prayer and in meditation. You want to use that love energy when you are talking to God because, God is love. So you want to go to God with an open and loving heart. So, again, forgiveness with intention and also thinking on someone that you truly love and allowing your heart to open. We've all had moments when we have felt love. It might happen when you're watching a movie or, you see, something, someone does something that's just so beautiful that it touches your heart. Well, you can tap into that feeling and that energy at any time with a conscious effort. So again, I'm just encouraging you to start by, tapping into that energy and going to God with that energy. And it will be so powerful in helping you creatively, in helping you to manifest the things that you want in your life. Love is such a powerful, powerful source, and we need to start to use this great gift to help us to create the life that we're wanting. So let's talk a bit about unconditional love. There are many types of love, but unconditional love is truly the love of God. And that is the kind of love that we want to have or use, I would say, in life. Just to have unconditional love for all things, and that includes, all beings. And, granted, I will admit some people can be hard to love, but we are only responsible for what we put out. So, love is a way of being, as I always say. And, you just want to be a presence of love in the world. Unconditional love is a love that asks for nothing. Like, it doesn't even ask for love in return. It just loves, just as God just loves us. We are meant to live our lives just loving, just because. And that is unconditional love. And, again, these are things that we need to be aware of because, you know, people don't really talk about love. And, I'm so passionate about love because I know that love is the way that, well, I believe it is the way that we can heal the world. But it is so important and such a vital part of life. And, we just need to get comfortable with it. I enjoy talking about love, but, just spend time thinking about love because it's such a beautiful thing. And even, when you're just alone, if you have times when you're just, alone in your own space, just allow yourself to feel love, feel the presence of love. Think of something or someone that makes you feel love, and you want to feel that. Love is the energy of God, and it's a beautiful thing. So, I really want us to shift, if you will, the way we think of love because, we have so attached the word love to a relationship. And of course, it is a beautiful, absolutely beautiful part of a relationship. But love in and of itself is a gift from God. So we want to not only access that gift, we want to, think on that. We want to be that. We want to feel that as much as we possibly can. And trust me, if you go through life with an open, loving heart, you would be absolutely amazed by the doors that will open for you, the gifts that will be showered upon you. I could tell you like countless stories of things that have happened in my life that are just, when you just absolutely know that has to be God. And, and truthfully, I can tell you the days that are some of the most magical things have happened to me are days when my heart is most open. I have some days where I just know that my heart is open the entire day. And then other times, I actually, something may be troubling me or bothering me, or, I'm a little annoyed about something. It's hard to feel that energy when you're feeling those lower vibrational feelings of, disappointment and frustration and all those kinds of things. But, love is truly the space that you want to be in. So again, I'm planting the seed and just encouraging you to think on love. Think of, keeping your heart open. And truthfully, even when you're going through some challenges in life, which I know many people are, love is the way that you want to move through that experience. Again, love is your direct connection to God. So if you're going through a difficult time and you allow your heart to open, believe me, you are going to move through that so much quicker. So, really take these ideas and concepts to heart and, give yourself an opportunity to just, be in that space of love as often as you possibly can. Um, let's see what else. So, I think what is really happening in our world today, because, obviously, if we look at everything that's happening in the world, it's clear that many people in the world have closed their hearts. There's no way that we would be able to do the things that we do to one another if our hearts were truly open, if we were allowing ourselves to be loving beings. But, we've experienced and encountered so many things personally and, as a collective, as a society, we've seen and experienced so many things that, like I said, so many of us have closed our hearts. It's almost like, we've become desensitized. We hear about so many things that happen, that are happening to people in the world. And, many people just don't even feel anything. It's like, we've lost not, we haven't lost it, but it seems that we've lost the ability to care for one another. But we have to, because, that's truly what love is. And God is love, and love is kind and compassionate and caring and all of those things. And we want to be that, we want to feel for others. Truly having compassion can spark a purpose in life. If there's something in life, every time you hear about that thing, it just triggers something within you. That could be a calling for you to get involved with that cause. So like I said, it can truly spark a purpose. So, and believe me, we can't go through life, crying all the time, and holding all pain in our hearts, and just dragging ourselves along. I'm not saying that by any means, but but we have to care. We need to care about our brothers and sisters. We just talked about unconditional love, and that's what unconditional love is. It's caring for everyone. If you see a homeless person, for instance, say a silent blessing for that person. And remember, everything you put out comes back to you, good, bad, whatever it is. That is the law of life. That is karma. What goes around comes around. So, don't do things out of a sense of obligation, like, oh, I better say a blessing for that person. No, you do it because it comes from your heart, and because you care, and because, it's so much more than the right thing to do. We are meant to care about one another. So, again, we just have to start thinking in this way and living our lives in this way. So, again, one of the most beautiful and powerful things that we can do for anyone is to pray for them. So, whether you get involved in an organization, or, have a purpose in life to help other people, believe me, praying for someone or praying for the world, that is a tremendous amount of help, especially if it comes from your heart. So, again, let's just, be conscious to really think about these things. We need to really think about healing the world and know that it absolutely is possible, because everything is possible. Everything is possible. So, just be open to a possibility. Okay. Let's see what else. So, as I said, don't be afraid to open your heart, because, again, it's a natural thing that we've all done, closing our hearts, and, myself included. Believe me, everything that I share with you all is all of the things that I have learned, all of the things that I'm working on, all of the things that I'm healing. So everything that I'm sharing with you is is what I try and implement in my own life. So again, healing that heart is so, so important. So just give it some time, give it some effort, as often, as frequently as you can. Focus, with true intention on healing and opening your heart. So let's see what else. You know, love is the only thing in life that is truly real. And I'm going to explain what I mean by that. Love is of God. It is the energy and the presence of God. So when we are being loving beings in the world, things that are done from the heart, those things are of God, and that is real. Anything that is hurtful and, negative, and, you know, so many of the things that are happening, those things are not of God, and it's not meant to be. People, the saying that hurt people hurt people. Well, there's so many people in the world, who obviously need to heal. But, we really have to come back to God and allow God to guide our lives and live our lives for God, because love truly is the answer. And I believe love is the very thing that could, not could, it would heal everything in the world if we would truly give love a chance. So again, it's just, it's your responsibility. It's between you and God to show up each and every day as the absolute best that you can be. A peaceful, gentle, kind, compassionate, loving being. And that is what God wants for, and I would say expects of each of us. This energy, this presence that is love expects us to show up as loving beings. And love is our true nature. Love is who we truly are and the way that we are meant to be. So, to each of you, you just do your part. It's between you and God. And, at the end of our days, when it's all said and done, you want to say that you did your best, that you tried your best. We've all made mistakes. We've all done things that we regret in life. We all have, we talk about forgiveness, things that we need to forgive ourselves for. But, when you make a decision, when you make a choice for your life to show up and be the best that you can be, truly that is what God wants you to be. That is, the space that you are supposed to live your life in. So again, just, to be aware, be conscious of these things and truly work on, doing your best every single day in every situation. Think positively, speak positively, truly. And when I say positively, I mean from your heart. Speak from your heart. Speak the words that are on your heart. Make the conscious choices in your life that come from your heart. And you will see, not only will it get easier, but it's just going to become the natural way of being. So we just have to try and do our best. That's all that any of us can do. And like I said, we all have so much to heal, but it is possible. We can all be set free from whatever things are burdening our lives. If we truly want that, but we have to work to do that. So that we can return, that each of us can return to our true nature, and that is love. We are beings of love. We come from the source of love, and love is our true nature and the way that we want to show up in the world. So I'm going to share a story with you, a little short story of something that happened a few years ago, because, there are, that I can recall, and there may be more, but there are just a few times in my life when I would say that I truly felt that I had connected with the presence of God. And I want to share one of those experiences with you. For me, it was like I I felt as if I had touched the hem of God. It was such a beautiful and powerful experience. But I believe it was about 2 years ago. I went to see a woman. Her name is Amma, and Amma is known as the Hugging Saint. She's a woman from India, about in her 60s, I think. But literally, she travels the world just hugging people. And, people come from, people actually travel to see her, but, she comes to the US several times a year, but this is all that she does is travel the world hugging people. And it's said that when you hug her, that you actually meet yourself. But I believe that she opens a space for you to connect with God, because when I hugged Amma, and mind you, I waited for 12 hours, and I would do it again in a heartbeat, but I waited 12 hours to hug this woman for, it may have been 10 or 15 seconds. It was a very brief thing, but I just kneeled before her and she embraced me, like she wrapped her arms around me. And the moment I closed my eyes, I felt like I was in, like it was like this swirling light was moving around me. And the energy that I felt, Well, actually, I have felt that before. And actually, the other time that I felt that was when I drank ayahuasca, which I shared about one of my ayahuasca experiences. But when she embraced me, and as I said, it was a brief encounter, but when she first embraced me, all that I kept thinking was like, oh my God, I don't want this moment to end. I just kept saying that over and over in my mind. It was like, I don't want this moment to end. And then I started telling myself, like, Ina, stop it and just enjoy it, just enjoy it. But it was one of the most beautiful, most powerful experiences that I've ever had in my lifetime. And I truly believe that I felt the presence of God. That's the only way that I know to describe it. And I've always, I will always remember that. So each time when I go into my prayer, when I go into meditation, I always think on that Alma experience because, in my mind, like I don't feel that again, but there is like an essence of it that I do recall, and I tap into that and take that energy into my meditations and my prayers. So if you ever have an opportunity to have an Alma experience, I would strongly recommend it. And she has actually, to date, and I have no idea how long she's been doing this, but she has hugged over 37 million people all around the world. So, like I said, people travel from all around to see her and have that experience. And I hope to have another Alma experience someday. And I wanted to share something with you from my Alma experience. I was so touched and moved by the experience. I actually purchased a pair of slippers that she wore in one of her hugging ceremonies. So, I keep these on like my little home altar because it was such a beautiful and powerful experience. And something that I'll never ever forget. So, and again, I'm sharing this just to say that, the love of God is such a beautiful, beautiful, powerful um, presence and energy. And you really want to connect to that source. God is with us. Believe me, each time you think on God, and even when you're not thinking on God, God is with you. But when you call to God, when you are praying, you are with God, that energy is available to you and you can access that again with an open heart. So just something to be aware of. And then, as I said, I've also felt a similar type of energy. Um, I would say it was basically the same in one of my ayahuasca. No, actually, more than once. I've done maybe 12 ayahuasca experiences where you drink a sacred plant medicine with indigenous, like Native American shamans, and I also felt this beautiful, beautiful love energy. So, as I've said before on Love Talks, I pray each day for God to open my heart wider because truly it is my deepest desire to live my life with a completely open heart because I know the power of love and I want to access that energy completely because I know what I can do with that energy, with that power. So that is my prayer. And again, and I want that for all of you to just, be aware that, God's love and that beautiful love energy is available to all of us to use. But, we have to do it with intention. So, just think on love as often as you possibly can, especially if something is troubling you. Try to think of something that brings love into your heart, and it will help you to move through that experience. Okay, so, and I just want to share that, I think I've kind of touched on this in another Love Talk segment, but I'm actually on a mission of love. I say that God is my boss. I work for God, but I'm on a mission of love. I want to teach the world to love. And, believe me, I'm learning, I'm learning. We are all learning to love. And there's not a lesson on love, we're not necessarily taught, but life in and of itself is our greatest teacher. And I believe that life is teaching us to love. But, we have to be aware of these things. So, my goal and what I have made my purpose in life is, to share everything that I know from my heart with a good intention, to help all of us to wake up and become, the most beautiful, loving beings that we can be. Like I said, that's our true nature. And if we all do this, we truly can have a positive impact on our world. So each of us, we just each have to do our part. And there's a quote that as we are lifted, others are lifted with. So, and if you think about that, when you are being your best self, all the people that you encounter are going to experience that. And we're learning from one another. So, as it's sort of like a ripple effect, as we choose to live in this life as the best version of ourselves, the people around us are impacted. And then, we bring them into that energy. And then all of the people they encounter are brought into that energy. So I see it as sort of a ripple effect. So, you are like a starting point. Each of us are. So, we each take, our little drop of love and, we drop that into, the whole universe, and it expands and grows until we all come into that love energy and heal our beautiful world as we, are meant to. Um, I don't know, truly, I don't, many people don't think it's even possible to heal the world. But if we don't think that something is possible, it can't be. So I'm just inviting you to believe that it is possible, because everything is possible with God. Believe that it is possible to heal our world. We can each heal our own our individual worlds. We are each in our own little world. So you can heal your world, live in your own little heaven on earth. That is absolutely possible. So, love is the energy that will bring you, into that, um, that type of life, if you will. So, just something again to always be aware of the presence of love and keeping our hearts open and living from that space. So, I do have a poem that I want to share with you this week. And this poem is titled Crystal Stairs. And it's actually one of my favorite poems, which I have several poems that I really do enjoy, but it is one that I truly enjoy, because if we all lived our lives in this way, just imagine the world that we could live in. So when I share this poem, I'm just asking that if you would please take these words to heart, because I see this poem as sort of like a way of being, a way that we can show up in the world. So this is Crystal Stairs. Please and thank you, thoughtfulness, appreciation, gentleness. Hold a door, lend a hand, do good deeds, help fellow man. Oh, okay, sorry, I lost my place. I should have. Okay. Show compassion, speak not hate, have self control for goodness sake. Think pleasant thoughts, speak when you should, judge not others, stand for good. Be supportive, rise above, be ever generous, show your love. Make conscious actions, be aware, Consider others, show you care. Say, I love you, love all things, live from the heart, spread your wings. Have morals and values, be of good cheer. Wait patiently, believe, be still. Love thy neighbor, forgive their wrongs. Release the past, sing joyful songs. Apologize, admit mistakes. Face the mirror for heaven's sake. Let go, be free, live happily. Seek resolutions peacefully. Take the high road, turn the cheek. The righteous path for those who seek. Be of virtue, shine your light. Love yourself, choose to do right. Encourage others, give good advice. Share your knowledge, be like Christ. Be honest and truthful all the time. Trust and believe, have peace of mind. Pray each day with grace and ease. Ask forgiveness on your knees. Live your dreams, take a chance, make a difference. Dance, dance, dance. The crystal stairs lead to the stars. There are no limits. You can have it all. We're all accountable for every act. God is ever present. Remember that. So that is The Crystal Stairs, which I love that poem. So I'm just going to announce the winner of our segment for last week. You know, each week I do a drawing. If you're new to Love Talks, I do a drawing and I give away a copy of my book each week. So, and you just have to, if you like or leave a comment or question, then you're automatically in the drawing for the next week. So the winner last week is Tina Stevenson. So congratulations, Tina. And next week, our Love Talk is, because actually this new series that we're starting today is on entering the heart, I believe it is. Let's see, our new series is, okay, no, I don't think that's it. But anyway, okay, going into the heart is the new series. So today's segment was on opening the heart, but this next series of segment is going to be on going into the heart. So when I think of going into the heart or into my heart, the artist Prince comes up. And you've heard me mention many times, you know, that I have this deep adoration for Prince. So next week, if you are a Prince fan, or if you actually like Prince, believe me, you're going to love this segment. But even if you don't, you're going to be absolutely amazed by some of the experiences that I have had relating to the artist Prince. And mind you, I've never met this man before, but he is so present in my life. I know that it is the power of love that has opened that door. You know, several segments back, I shared a story that I attended Prince's private memorial service when he passed away or transitioned about 4 or 5 years ago. And believe me, I never dreamed in a million years that I could or would have been there. But I know it was the power of love that opened that door. So I'm going to share, you know, I have so many incredible stories about Prince. You know, again, this man that I've never met, but I really want you to see how, you know, as I said, Love Talks is a progression of series. And, you know, all of the information that I'm sharing with you, it's like it's all coming full circle. You know, we heal the heart, we open the heart, we enter the heart, you know, all these magical things happen. So I'm just going to share some of these stories with you. I'm actually considering writing a book because Like I said, these things that have happened are just truly mind blowing. So I just want to share this to really help you understand, the power of love and the gift that love is, because I know without a shadow of doubt, it is, the love that I have in my heart for this man that has made all of these things possible. So, and believe me, we all have access to that gift. So I want to just show you the power of love and what love can do. So I really hope that you'll plan to join me next week. Like I said, it is about Prince, but it's about love, truly, just the beautiful, magical gift that love is. So I hope you've enjoyed this Love Talk segment. I really hope that you'll, in this coming week, give some time and attention to opening your heart and allowing yourself to just feel that love energy. Think on someone that you love, having an intention to heal and open your heart. And, the more you allow yourself to be in that space, the easier it becomes to live in that space. And it will just become your norm. And I'm telling you, it is such a beautiful way of living. And, that's like my goal each and every day, is to be in that energy of love, because it is so magical. It's so powerful. It's so beautiful, just to feel the presence of love. And you can do that at any time. So, work on that, like all the information that I share, really try and implement these things into your life, and, see what starts to happen, because believe me, this is so much more than words that I'm sharing with you. Like, this is information that can actually, help you to, move your life in a direction that you're wanting to go. So I really hope that, like I say, you'll take these things to heart and implement them in your life, and, start to receive the fruits of your efforts. So that is our love talk for today. I hope that you have enjoyed this. Of course, we have our election coming up in a couple of days, and I'm truly, with all my heart, praying for, a great outcome for all of us. I want to wish you all a beautiful, healthy, happy week ahead, full of love and happiness as always. And, remember to keep your heart open. So until next week, I'll see you then.